Hi everyone, HFX Prepper here. I just wanted to give you guys a review of the Honda EU2000i Inverter Generator that I've owned for about 2 years now. This generator is relatively compact in size. It only weighs about 50 pounds or so. They're called a suitcase generator because essentially they come in their own plastic suitcase. This model here features the Honda GX100 engine, which is a 98.5cc engine. The output is 2000 watts max, that's 16.7 amps, or 1600 watts running, which is 13.3 amps running. There's two 120 volt receptacles on the front of the unit, which have a 20 amp breaker, and there's also, as this is an inverter model, it outputs 12 volt at 96 watts, which is 8 amps. The starting mechanism on it is recoil start. The internal fuel tank is 0.95 of a gallon, so just under 1 gallon. And the runtime on this unit is 2.4 hours at the rated capacity of 1600 watts, or 8.1 hours at a quarter load. With the extended run system, which gives me an additional 6 gallons, I can run 23.8 hours at full load, so again 1600 watts, or at a quarter load I can run 56 hours, which is about 2.5 days. This unit is, size-wise, is 20.2 inches long, 11.4 inches wide, and 16.7 inches high. And as far as sound output goes, 58 decibel is the sound output of the rated load of 1600 watts, and 50 decibels at a quarter load. So quite a quiet unit. And the weight again is just under 50 pounds. I believe it's 48.5 pounds is the dry weight without any fuel or oil in the generator. So I'll go over all the aspects of the generator here, and then I'll go over a few accessories that I've purchased for the generator, and as well I'll demonstrate the extended run fuel system. So we'll start on this side here. You basically have the choke here, you have the recoil start, and you have the on and off switch. This here is an access panel that lets you gain access to the inside of the generator. Just comes off with one screw, either Phillips or flathead. On the top here you've got the fuel refilling cap as well as the fuel vent. And then on the back of the generator you've got the exhaust port. On the front of it you basically have your two 120 volt receptacles here, your 12 volt receptacle as well as your breaker for the 12 volt receptacle. This here is your 20 amp breaker for the 120 volt receptacles. You've got a ground terminal right here. There's three lights here. The first one is your low oil lamp. The second one is your overload, and the third one is your running. So what you want to see if everything is good to go is just the one green light here at the bottom. And finally you have the eco switch here. If you're going to be running devices intermittently on and off, it's best to leave the eco switch on so that when there's no load on the generator, it idles down, doesn't use as much fuel, it's a lot quieter. But if you're going to be running something constant, a constant load like a power tool or a space heater, you're going to want to leave that off. So basically that's it for the generator. I'm just going to give you guys just a quick, show you quickly what's inside the access panel here. So once you remove it, so this is the internal of the generator, of course. The two things I've added inside of here that haven't come from the factory is I've added an oil dipstick that's magnetized. So basically, any magnetic particles or any metal particles are going to get picked up by this dipstick and be held at the end of it. So it's good that when you do your oil changes, check to see if there's any loose shavings in there or anything like that. And as well, I added an hour meter and tach meter here. So when the generator is off, it's going to show me how many hours are on the generator. Right now it's 31.4. And when the generator is running, it's basically going to show me the RPM of the generator. And that's the only two things I've added internally to the generator here. Otherwise, it's completely stock. I do run synthetic oil in this exclusively, so it's 5W30 synthetic. I use a Mobil 1 synthetic oil. And also I only use high test fuel, which in this area is 91 octane for high test and doesn't contain any ethanol. As well, any fuel I put in the generator is treated with stable so that the fuel doesn't basically degrade over time. So looking at the accessories I purchased, other than the tach and hour meter and the magnetized oil filler dipstick, I've also purchased this custom cap here. Sorry for the noise. And basically what this is that it allows you to connect the external fuel tank that's next to the generator here, and I'll show you that in a minute. As well as some of the accessories that came with the generator is your 12 volt lead. This connects up to the front of the generator and has your two positive and negative terminals, which allow you to charge a 12 volt battery on your vehicle. Let's say your battery's dead and you have this. It's a great way to charge up your battery, as well as a spark plug wrench. Speaking of spark plugs, I always keep a couple on hand. In this case I've got two. And then the last thing I keep in here is basically the oil filler tube that came with the oil dipstick, and I'll include links in the description for both the Amazon Canada and Amazon US stores where I got these from, and as well the factory dipstick that came with the generator as well. So I'll just show you how this extended run system works. So basically, like I said, I've got a 1 gallon internal tank here. And then I basically have a 6 gallon external marine tank, and basically this system here is just a custom oil cap that basically comes with a quick disconnect fitting, and this fitting here, just like in a boat, basically shuts off the fuel once you pull the quick disconnect away, so there's no chance that the fuel is going to leak out. So to get it going, just basically remove your fuel cap that comes with the generator, put that aside, put this one on as such, and then all you have to do is you take your quick disconnect line and fitting, connect it to the generator, and that's it. So basically, once you get this generator going and the fuel level starts to drop inside the internal tank, it's going to create a vacuum, and that vacuum is going to essentially siphon out the fuel out of the external tank. And again, the capacity when I'm running at full load is just under 24 hours with the external fuel tank. That gives me 6 gallons or 7 gallons of total between the internal tank and the external tank. And as well, it's going to give me about 2.5 days or 56 hours at a quarter load. So the last thing I'll show you, I'll just put the standard fuel cap back on, just show you how quickly it is to start this up, and we'll wrap up the video. So just disconnect the quick fitting. I'll remove this gas cap, put this one back on. Alright, to start the generator, you want to make sure that your fuel vent valve is turned to on. You want to make sure that your choke is turned on. Your power switch is on the on position, and that the eco switch here on the front is on the off position. Once the generator warms up, you can actually turn that eco switch on, but it's best to have it off when you're trying to start it up. So to start it up, just one quick pull of the recoil here. Turn the choke off. Then you can put an eco mode if you want. I have a 120 volt light here. There we go. And that's it for the review of the Honda EU2000i suitcase generator. Would love to hear in the comments what you guys think of it. If anybody owns it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day. Bye.